Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Crowley and welcome to the FFGeek Transfer Planner. I've been the main developer of this planner over the last few years, so I feel I should be the right person to give you this instruction video around the functionality of the spreadsheet and its various features, which does include some exciting new additions in the last few months. So seen here is the Squad Planner tab, which is where I imagine users will spend the majority of their time. All you need to do to get started is just enter your team into column B, and you can do this by either typing in a player's name, such as Alexander Arnold, or you can use the drop down to select the player instead. So if I want to add in Pedro Porro, because he's in my FPL squad, I can simply click on his name, and there we go, he has been added into the spreadsheet. Now for each player, you'll be able to see the upcoming fixtures. So for Trent, you've got Bournemouth, Chelsea, Arsenal, and this includes a color coding scheme, which is going to help you to highlight where the more difficult fixtures are and some of the more easy ones are. Every player also has their own points projections, and what you're able to see for each game week is your team's optimal score, which includes your best possible starting 11 and your captain choice. So taking game week 21, for example, you can see that it's suggested to captain Bukayo Saka with his projected score of 6.2 points, and the highlighted starting 11 gives a total score of 59.2. Now, a new feature we've added for this season is actually a team rating. So this is going to be based on the team that you've obviously inputted and its projected score over the next few weeks. And what that's going to do is compare to our optimal team. I'll chat a little bit more on that shortly, but really this is here just to give you a quick indication of how your team is looking, and then you can take that and see where you need to make some improvements. Okay, on to transfers now, and you are able to input any future transfers that you are planning. So looking at it here, maybe we want to do Salah to Douglas Luiz in game 21. What that is then going to allow us is the cash to do Solanke over to Erling Haaland, and you can see that that just updates through the rest of the squad planner. Now, some of you keen observers may have noticed that the Salah to Douglas Luiz transfer has been included in our transfer suggestions section below. Now, this is a very useful new feature that we're really excited about. I think it's really beneficial for FPL managers. It's quite simple, really, that you come in, input your team, and the transfer planner is just going to give you your best suggestions for transfers in this immediate game week. So, for example, if we're saying we're trying to improve our 3 game week transfers, we can do Son to Douglas Luiz or Salah to Douglas Luiz, which is going to benefit us by the number of points here. Or we can look at benefit over an 8-week time period if we prefer to look a bit more longer term. Okay. When you're doing your transfers, you can also monitor, as I mentioned, the cash that you've got in the bank. So we had 9 million to do the Solanke to Haaland move. It will also show you how many free transfers you've got to use. So if we were to do another one in game week 22, so taking Son out for Foden, that would mean we then only have one transfer to use in game week 23. The final thing for this tab is I'll show you how you can plan the use of your chips. So if we're looking at game week 24, we're able to select any of the 4 chips that are available to us FPL managers, and the planner will help to show you the impact of these. Now, bench boost and free hit are quite simple. So if we're looking at our projected score, which is originally 67, if we go for the triple captain, it's then going to add on another 8.7 for Erling Haaland and his additional captaincy. Similarly, if we use the bench boost, it's going to add on the score for our bench players such as Archer and Dubravka. Wildcard and free hit just needs a little bit more work, but nothing overly complicated. So for each of those, for the wildcard and free hit respectively, they've got their own tabs where you can put in the team that you'd like to use. And then when you go back into the squad planner, similarly, you just click on wildcard. That's then going to add in your wildcard team and carry that through the remaining game weeks. Similarly, you can click on free hit and that will change your team for that specific game week. Then, as we know the chip works, you're then going to revert back to the team that you had in game week 23 once we hit game week 25. While we're on the topic of wildcards, another new thing that we've been doing this season is every single week when I provide a new update for the transfer planner, I will update this wildcard team tab so that it has the best team for the next few game weeks. So if you're looking just for some information about who the best players to come and pick, this is a great place to start. And I mentioned about the optimal team earlier, that is actually what feeds into these projections here, and that is what your team rating is based on. It's a very useful thing to go and have a look at if you just want some quick ideas around players to get in now. So that's it for the main tab. Elsewhere, we've got the fixture summary, which shows you the fixture schedule for all 20 teams for the remaining game weeks, again with that colour coding about where the easy and the more difficult fixtures are. New for this season is we're providing a bit more information in here, specifically around upcoming doubles and blanks, so you can see that here in row 24, and we'll also show to you the postponed fixtures and what game week they've come from, and obviously they're the ones that are going to drop in somewhere in the next few game weeks to create those doubles. We've also got a fixture rankings tab, which is here just to show you all of the 40 fixtures and just rank them from with their easiness down to the more difficult. So obviously Sheffield United at home is considered the easiest fixture and Liverpool away is considered the most difficult. Now, an extra tab that we have at the front here, this is more of an ad hoc tab. I'm not going to talk through this too much because it's very much changing. It's whatever hot topic we've got going on. Right now it's January 2024, African Cup of Nations and Asia Cup is going on. So I've just provided some more information in here. It's a tab I will update with whatever I deem as information that's going to be useful for you FPL managers. Okay, the final tab to talk through is the player list tab. This has a lot of really useful information here. So this has every single player and it has their fixtures and their points projections for the next 8 game weeks. So when you're doing your sort of planning your transfers, you can come here to do some investigations. So if you know that you're looking for a midfielder and you want them to be priced, let's say, under 7 million, you can do the filtering as you would in any normal Excel spreadsheet. And if we're looking, you can see at the end we've got the total projected points across 3, 5 and 8 game weeks. Maybe you're looking more short term, so you can sort by the 3 game week projections. You can see it's Cole Palmer's the best option available to us. Obviously, as you notice, he was already in my team, so maybe that's why we go back to the aforementioned Douglas Luiz. So really useful to have to come in and look at your transfers. I think that again is new for this season, and another great feature in our opinion is the expected minutes. So every player for every game week has got the minutes that we expect them to play. Generally, we will just base this on the average minutes, but there are some exceptions. And actually, what we really like about this is it gives sort of functionality back to you managers. You can go and do the work that you want to do in here around the expected minutes. So let's take game week 21, Erling Haaland. So he's actually an injured out at the moment for this game week, so that's why we've taken his minutes down from his usual 86 down to 62. Now you might be able to do, he's just not going to play at all. You can put him down to 0 minutes and naturally his projected points are then going to be 0. Alternatively, you may think, I actually think he's going to get half an hour off the bench. The points go up. But if you think he's going to start and play essentially the whole game, obviously you're going to see that big increase to his kind of full projected point score of 5.8. We think he's a bit of a doubt, maybe won't play the whole game, hence all we've got 62 minutes at 4.4. But the point really here is that you as the FPL manager using this spreadsheet can go in and make any of these adjustments that you want to any of these expected minutes, and you'll then see the impacts within the, well, firstly the playlist, but also in the squad planner tab as well. Okay, so great new feature, really helpful and helps give a bit of user functionality back to you managers. So now that's everything that I wanted to show you on our transfer planner. I'm hoping that this video has really helped to showcase how user-friendly this spreadsheet is and how it can help with your FPL planning. It is currently available on the Fantasy Football Geek Patreon site, and actually when you sign up for the tier that includes this planner, you'll also get access to the Fantasy Football Geek Slack channel, and also what's really useful is you'll get access to there's a team that we build that's based purely on the projections of this transfer planner. Been quite successful over the last few years, so definitely something that's worth checking out. The link is available for the Patreon site along with the usual Fantasy Football Geek website, so definitely recommend going over to both of those. And if you do start using this transfer planner, I really hope you enjoy tinkering with it.